let me get position. So, hey there, folks. This is King Badger, your Badger King. Just a splash inebriated. Inebriation. Here as always and forever until one of us dies of kidney failure.
I mean, you're not wrong. Oh, GaryTheTuna.
Gary. I was about to say, oh, tuna my tuna, which is literally from our first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this one is, well, after both episodes have posted, and I know we're lames. I knew it, but nobody commented, so we're just going to keep playing the way we were. And just a heads up, since any of you watching this are watching this in the future and you're just nerds, much like myself, no judgments, who have to watch a series from the beginning, that means that you'll notice a distinctive gap between our previous episode and this one. And I'm hand gesturing because they're clearly watching me and not the characters on screen.
Let me talk to the children!
No, for plenty of reasons. Anyway, so there's a gap. And that is because, we'll say due to inebriation, because, you know, all of the lames like to blame it on technical difficulties. Yeah, that's how you go. Good. And then up. Oh wait, no.
I gotta put the battery in.
Yep. All of the lames want to blame it on technical difficulties and like, oh, lag and blah blah blah, and it was anything other than the fact that I suck. But no, we just suck, and we'll accept that, and that's fine. Anyway, you didn't put the battery in. The graphic didn't change on it.
It wouldn't let me put the battery.
Do you have the battery?
I bought the batteries.
Are you sure?
Don't tell me how to live my life, you're not my real dad.
Look, wait, I guess I'll have to believe the shot. See, graphic changed. I told you. And, well, there was discussion, admittedly half-hearted, but discussion nonetheless of starting the series over. I reminded Gary, and I hate to keep rubbing your noses in it, because that's not the purpose. You gotta walk up to the fan blade, and then jump across. I remember that from 30 years ago. Yeah, just like that. Oh, go up, and then can you go left, and then down and up to the other battery? Wow, it's been so long since
You literally watched me try that, and it would not let me do it until you said it. I swear to God, I'm not bad at video games.
But anyway, so we decided to not start over and just lose what we had accomplished in the previous one, which is, oh man, this one is the second moment that gives me you gotta go all the way to the top and then jump off and catch that thing. But it's not right when it's at your feet, and it's not right in the middle, and it is when it's in the backswing towards you, or you just keep landing in the bottom middle part. You're probably gonna nail it. Though, I will note you're not in ×3, so I don't know if this is cheating or not.
You're right.
Yep, jump too soon. Also, for anyone listening who has cared, by the time we're recording this episode, I have not yet purchased for Gary his Raspberry Racers jersey. I am a scumbag.
Oh boy! I forgot about that. Raspberry Racers!
No, man. Oh, Rangers?
Heck the Rangers!
Yeah, at least they have the Chocolatiers.
Are you sure I need to catch it on the backswing?
It is during the backswing. I don't remember if it's towards the front of the backswing or towards the approaching middle of the backswing. And if you take it out of 3, I'm not going to judge you. This part used to give me even more anxiety than trying to hit that button at the same time. Feel like I can take it out ×3, because I'm not going to buy you a secondary.
I'm just going to do what I want to do with my life.
There you go.
Look, it wasn't even the backswing, it was the front swing. You don't even know.
No, that was the backswing. It was still coming towards the cord you were standing on top of.
Alright, but we'll watch the replay. We'll put it in slow motion.
We're lying. We're not going to do that because I'm the editor.
Because, slow motion would make it regular speed.
Anyway, all I was saying is I'm not about to buy you something extra for doing that. Mostly because if I was, I'm not going to make any promises, and it may or may not show up when I do get around to getting you your jersey. And then we'll have on our social media a picture of me and Gary wearing our jerseys. and I hope you'll appreciate it.
It's gonna go so well with my Letterman's jacket.
Alright, so you guys can't see this, but Gary, much like myself, is also a nerd. I was about to drop some bombs, F-bombs. And I remembered that we're trying to put this on YouTube and make it family friendly. I think this is one of those ones that's like a full red herring moment, where it's like there's actually nothing going on.
Now I gotta make the jump a second time.
Do you? I don't think you do.
Doing it.
Oh god, you mean.
Oh, look at that!
Nice knuckle bumps. Anyway, though, so it's funny. We actually didn't play ahead of this point because we were talking about oh man, I was about to reference a recording from before this. We were talking about how when we got to this point, it was literally right at the tail end of where we had played ahead to. But we haven't played ahead to it. Don't forget to save when you get up there.
Don't tell me to live my life. You're not my real dad.
I mean, but son, I am your real dad. Anyway, so we actually haven't played ahead of this point. In fact, this is all new, relatively new territory. We played this 20 plus years ago.
Oh, when I was but a boy.
But a youngling. Because we're very old. And we play video games. So, all of you children out there whose parents tell you that playing video games isn't a career, I mean, they're probably right, but, I mean, we're trying.
And if they tell you that sitting too close to the TV will burn your eyes out, don't listen to them. I mean, I've got giant glasses, but I'm sure that's just coincidental.
In all fairness, I don't, and I used to play against, oh god, a 1980s big screen TV, so... think of the largest dimension flat screen TV you've seen in your life, and then reduce it by about a quarter. And I used to sit 3 inches away from one of those with the what's the tube? Why can't I think of what the tube's called? It's
CRT.
Like CRT. An old CRT television, not monitor mind, but CRT television, which is where parents really said that. And my eyes actually function just fine, oddly enough.
Fun fact, CRTs explode if you break them.
I've heard that. Because, they pressurize the tube, isn't it?
Yeah, also called, vacuum tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, in my old school, we dumped a bunch of CRT monitors when they upgraded to flat screens, and I got to be one of the people to break them, and it was really fun. Highlight of my school experience.
They're a lot like, not halogen bulbs, but the neon, the tube bulbs.
The cathode ray tubes?
Yeah. No, that's from even older TVs. And wait.
No, that is a CRT.
Yeah. Yeah. No, pardon me. No, the actual household lighting system lights. Because I've got them in my kitchen.
You're talking about the big long bulbs that they put in those old
and
light fixtures.
They're like neon. I think they're neon based. Which is a gas, it doesn't matter. But it's pressurized children at home. And don't break them. They're full of chemicals you don't want to breathe. But, they're pressurized for the gas to work inside.
Science.
Science! No, I was just thinking about how, don't get me wrong, I am a drunken idiot. And I would love to disagree with that, but I am. And anybody listening to this has probably become aware if this is, in fact, the 3rd episode they're watching. I mean, I know that's probably not truth, because I think 2 of the 3 watches both of our previous videos have are me watching it on my personal account and my girlfriend's account. Which means that Gary's either dropping the ball or he's the 3rd watch. So, Gary, are you the 3rd watch or are you dropping the ball? Are you the reason? That felt very Rick and Morty. Are you hungry for apples? Yes! But in this series is bad to advertise to, just because, we're doing this for us. So that we can, once we get far enough into this game, because this is all very well-trod territory for me. I played through a lot of this game. Are you not on times 3 anymore? It's hard to tell with the hot sauce in front of my screen.
You can't ×3 that Evelator cutscene.
Oh, that sucks. Fight the Robo-Penguin.
It's a good thing we grinded all those soldiers in the subway. This is cheesy easy.
Dude, you know what's funny is this is so indicative of the fact that we clearly ground more than we did the first time we played through, because you don't have to make it so blatant that you're button mashing. You just watch. We're about to hit a point at which I steal that controller from you and make you tell them a story.
A story? Any story? So once upon a time in my childhood...
Keep button mashing, you fart knocker.
Don't tell me to live my life, you're not my real dad.
But I am. I really am. Oh man, did you watch? I know the answer is no. So in our first episode, there's a point where I have a graphic of me on the screen wearing a terrible wig when I'm doing my impression of your mother, and it makes me giggle every time I watch it because it's bad. I'm not a great editor. I'm not gonna say I'm a bad editor. I'm just saying I'm not a great one. I'm not even gonna say I'm a good one. But nonetheless, it makes me giggle every time I see it because it's a bad Badger graphic with a bad wig slapped on top, poorly photoshopped, just wiggling as I'm like, okay, you're so bad at playing video games. Oh my god, I might slap another graphic on there. Gonna have to edit out the F-bomb I just dropped. Are you trying to... Oh, that's not a couch. You're just trying to get back in the elevator.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just hitting buttons. Wait. Mysterious box.
Yeah, I was a little surprised you didn't stop by that the first time.
I thought about it.
And then you went back to it. I'm still a little disappointed in you that you didn't steal that 5 gil from that drunken child.
Hey, we can't be scumbags every day. You gotta find a time and a place.
Well, that wasn't even scumbagging. That was just, just dessert.
You're stealing 5 gil from a child, which is not $5. It's like 5 yen, which is like a yen is a little less than a penny. So it's like 3 pennies to steal from that child. Like, okay, if it was $5, I'd think about it, because $5 can buy me, a 4-pack of beer. But like 3 pennies? Yeah, I'm not gonna go to hell for 3 pennies.
I mean, you say that, but...
I mean...
It'll be great once you get to the afterlife, and St. Peter's like, well, there's... You overdid your amount of theft by exactly 3 cents.
No. But, heckin', I'm gonna go to St. Peter, and St. Peter's gonna be like, oh! It's you! Here, let me pull out this big laundry list of reasons why you're going to the bad place. But it all doesn't even matter because of those 3 pennies.
Okay. That's what I'm saying, yeah. It's going to be those 3 pennies that were the tipping point.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, Badger was right. I should have just taken those 3 extra pennies, then it would be 6 pennies that I'm going here. No, actually, it's funny, as we're talking St. Peter, all I can think about is,
All I can think about is how many gosh darn stairs are there? Why am I going downstairs?
I think you're trying to run to the basement.
Maybe
I
shouldn't
also don't think you need to.
I was gonna say, maybe I shouldn't have mashed through all those cutscenes. I'm gonna laugh when I have to climb all these stairs again.
Oh, but it's only time sure. I was like, do we have the battle turned off? Because I could have swore, admittedly, I'm drawing on 20-year-old memories here, which are... I just recently rewatched Tommy Boy.
Oh, what do you know? Another Subway. Maybe I can find more guards to grind.
Tommy Boy summed up exactly what I think of us on a regular basis.
I'm literally outside of the building again.
Yeah, you need to go in through the front door.
Oh, I did that the first time, and I rode the elevator up, and then I took the stairs down. Alright, let's go again. Reset.
No, there's a joke that I keep meaning to make about us.
About Tommy Boy?
No, well, about us, but in reference to Tommy Boy, but I couldn't remember if it was Tommy Boy or Black Sheep, which, I mean, anybody approximately our age watching this.
I mean, they're pretty much the same movie.
They are very similar, but this joke is only in one of them. And it was Tommy Boy, and I wanted to be sure which one it was before I ever cracked the joke, because in Tommy Boy, David Spade's character, who I'm just going to call David because he was basically a David in both movies, is talking about things that Tommy should have learned, but he's like, well, let's say the average person uses 10% of their brain, right? Well, you use 3% because the rest is plugged with bong resin and hops. And while there's not a whole lot of bong resin in our brains, there's a lot of hops.
Well, I prefer the malt liquor. Is there still hops in
Yeah,
malt?
there's hops in malt. Not as many hops. Mostly because, like, due to the fact that it's still kind of fermenting, even though it's not. It doesn't need as much preservative. And hops, like, so part of why hops exist in beer is as a preservative agent. Like, if you are not looking at it from a pure flavor standpoint, because hops are a bittering agent, they exist because they up the bitter and the acidic level and preserve the beer. Basically, like, since it's so acidic, other stuff doesn't want to live there or cannot live there. I don't know why, but I thought you were talking to what I thought was a marquee at the top of that elevator, and it is not.
I was really hoping you'd pause after you stopped that PSA so I could go, the more you know.
Okay, let me start that over. Hops good, beer good.
The more you know.
We'll pause the video just for that stupid knuckle bump. Stupid butt, knuckle bump. At some point...
Safe to move, let's go.
At some point, I'm really going to need to find a good artist to make me a stylized image of a peach, because we use it so much in our videos, because we say butt a lot. That butt is kind of our go-to censor phrase, which I'm not upset by. But we should have a stylized butt peach for us. And yeah, I was going somewhere with that, but I don't remember.
I make the healer Tifa, huh? Let's go, boys.
Tifa.
All right, because we just got her back in the party. I want to give my lightning magic to Tifa.
Oh, I was about to be like, wait, isn't Tifa the one who's like blah blah blah? And we had that whole thing, but no, that was Eris.
Oh,
no, you're pronouncing
she
it wrong.
has all cure. Oh, I wasn't even listening. I apologize.
Oh, I was thinking Tifa was Eris.
Oh, you mean Aerith? Yeah.
Yeah, Eris? Oh, come on. At least it's funny when we fight. That may or may not be true.
Sense? I didn't know we had that. Where did my fire magic go? I swear
I don't think
to whichever gadget you believe in, I had fire magic at one point in my life.
No, we haven't gotten fire materia.
Whatever.
Because we got cure and multi-shot and like...
Oh, this is going to be so hard on ×3. I've got to do this timing puzzle where they can't see me. Alright, it's fine. I believe in us.
I love that was like a moonwalking Slenderman. Like, once you break his armor.
Right?
It's like, who? Billie Jean is not a lover.
Yeah! Alright, let's see this puzzle.
You don't have to impress me. You already got the impression reward.
I don't even. Maybe it's when they're walking. Alright.
Yeah.
And then we pop! Oh, man, I am a heckin' savant! Oh, no, now I gotta signal him on ×3?
It turned off ×3, just do it.
Oh, no, let's go. Oh, shoot.
You fart knocker. Don't... Don't make them watch an hour worth of you trying to solve this puzzle.
I'm sure you can put it on, like, ×3 or something.
That's not what I'm worried about. I don't want us to chipmunk, because we sound dumb as it is. We don't need to sound dumber.
I can do this. Believe it!
I do actually have faith in you. I just don't have faith in you doing it rapidly.
BAM!
Go now.
BAM! 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 Oh, you're kidding me! I was there! I was there!
No, you weren't. You were real close to being there, but you weren't.
Oh, if you want a funny side note into my history, so there are times when I will partake in beverages of the alcoholic variety, and
the fermented the fermented wheat variety.
Indeed. And in my state of, you know, maybe a little bit of inebriation.
Your mild state of intoxication.
Oh, what do you know? If you fail enough, they'll just eventually give it to you. Let's go.
Well, that's
kind of like life in
general.
Anywho.
Don't get me started on all of my managers.
But no, so like, I will be drinking sometimes, and somebody will say like the phrase "I was there," and I'll just be like, "I was there. I remember." Blah blah blah, and it like in my head, it sounds like this Martin Luther King Jr. speech I listened to in high school or something. But it seems like one of those like.
Was it the "I Have a Dream" speech?
Yeah. Well, no. It's not that one.
No,
but it's in the
saying,
same vein.
I
know.
I have a tendency to lapse into that too because I mean. You know, feel welcome to get mad about cultural appropriation and everything, and it's sad if that's what you take away from this. But of my youth, the stuff that they taught us in school, I'm sorry, I don't mean to sidetrack what you're saying, but to help build it up, in fact, nothing from my childhood has the gravity that the "I Have a Dream" speech does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, there's just nothing more inspiring than this person who's like, there is a great injustice, and I literally one day see that not existing and delivering it in such a... Poignant is not the correct word, but such a strong bedrock fashion, you know? Just like, this is an absolute, universal, undeniable, unarguable point. And he conveys that with his voice so well. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Anywho, it's not a great story, but it's mine. But anyway, I thought that was like
Don't forget to find Red XIII. He's somewhere in these halls.
Okay, cool. Anywho, so I thought this was some big like Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X speech or something. No, it was
Go back up.
Bruh! What?
There's a chest right there.
Oh no, it says locked. How many times do you want me to hit it?
I don't know. Did you hit it while I was talking about Martin Luther King?
Yeah. Anywho,
okay.
I thought it was this big like Martin Luther King Jr. Malcolm X speech, you know, from back in the day, and like things. No, it turns out that it was literally. Why am I hitting myself? Sense?
Maybe drop a potion on Eris.
There we go. That's Tifa, you ignorant swine.
I'll take it. Just don't throw pearls at me.
So...
did they throw Loco Weed at you? Is that how you wound up?
No, he went invisible, so then when I was spamming attack, there were no targets except myself, so I just started beating the heck out of everybody.
Oh, you gotta love the AI of this game.
Alright, but no, so it ended up being just this episode from Family Guy where Peter finds out that he has black ancestors or something.
Oh my god, that was like second or third.
That's like first season. That's like first or second season. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it was
like
Peter
almost
Griffin's
20 years
speech.
ago
Like,
now.
I was there.
Oh yeah, I was there when George and
he talked about like
the
family,
Jeffersons.
Yeah, the Jeffersons or Family Matters or something.
Yeah, well, he was there when the Jeffersons moved on up to the east side.
Yeah.
He was there when I haven't seen Family Matters in so long. I want to say Carlson's, but I don't know that that's correct. You know, I really enjoyed them.
But yeah, no.
Family
So
Matters.
anyway, that was my story. Is that for a large portion of my life, I thought I was quoting Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or something, but no, it was just a Family Guy, and that actually makes so much sense if you know me.
Right, it's because you're uncultured. And
It's because I'm an uncultured lout, yes.
Oh my... Is that a reference to an inside joke between us, or is that just a portion of your colloquialisms, the uncultured lout?
I don't know. If we're being... I honestly do not know, but if I had to make an educated guess, I would assume it came off the internet from somewhere.
Well, because it pertains to a story that I'm not going to bother telling tonight, we'll save it for an episode later. But I will tell you when we next step out for cool person stuff. Since we're working on...
Right.
We haven't said it yet, but nonetheless.
Oh, I want to say it was in one of the Lost episodes where we went on a 20-minute tangent about how can't say cool guy stuff, it's cool person stuff, right?
No, that's actually the first episode.
Was
it's
it?
in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you were like, cool guy stuff, and I was like, yeah, I know. Because we went on a tangent about how dude is an agendered term.
Okay.
You know, there's no gender associated with it in our minds.
See, time is so wiggly wonky, I can't keep track of it, so I thought it was lost episode, but I guess it was earlier than that.
Our lost episodes is... the only thing that we truly lost in our dumb conversations from the lost episodes is... And I'm going to wait for you to get through this area because I don't want to make a fool of myself. I'll let you continue making a fool of yourself.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Is you need to tell our audience a story that I promised them you would tell a story about.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I was hoping we'd forget about it.
I will never forget about that. It's... Dude...
Genova Project, tell me about it.
I literally thought that said Jehovah's Witnesses. And was like, huh. And like, I don't mind that it's in here, but that's weird. No, like... I feel that I do not give you an appropriate level of credit for the creativity of your stories. And if you also feel that way, I do apologize. Because I have truly appreciated all of the stories that you have come up with, that you have created, that you have shared with me. And I like them. I like them a lot, in fact. But I love the aspects of that movie that you want to create. Which is why I've promised our audience you'll talk about it. But why you need to find Red XIII... so that we can get out of this building. Because we need me to run the controller while you do that. Because I've learned, you cannot describe the story well without using your hands. And that would just mean that they're basically just sitting on, like, one screen the whole time.
I am a gesturing fool.
Gesturing, but yes.
I mean it both ways.
That's fair. I too am also a gesturing fool. But the reason I clarify is one of my alt accounts, and it's visible in the Minecraft with French Toast Games stuff, is the Lothonian Jester, which is just one of my other online personas. You know, I never realized how much that weird fish thing looks like a PC component from, like, the early 90s. Like, doesn't it, though? It kind of looks like a ribbon wire.
It looks like a power cord. Like a CPU power cord.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's not really a power cord, but yeah, like a CPU or like the ribbon power cord, basically. Man, there's some subtlety to the art and design in this game that I was wildly too young to understand the first time I was playing, or the last time I was playing through it, but I'm kind of picking up now. I mean, not that any of it matters, like, you know, it moves, it's an enemy, just get on with your life. But, it's very interesting. Oh, that looks like Shinra, or whatever the town is called.
Midgar. Shinra's the bad company.
Oh, okay. Along with being inebriated, I'm also dumb. So,
did oh man. Okay, what is that movie about the jungle fairies and the evil
Princess Mononoke?
No. The one...
keep the game moving.
Right. Rainforest, there's fairies, and they fight the bulldoze. Ferngully! Did the evil corporation in that have a name, or was it just the black smoke and tar monster?
It did have a name, and I don't remember it anymore. And the black smoke and tar monster, as voiced by Tim Curry... Thank you.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Aw, Tim Curry. Let's go, boys.
Just, honestly, straight up one of my favorite actors. Mostly because he turns up in, like, all of those weird movies that I saw when I was way too young to have seen them. But, just kind of nailed it also. Like, always. Like, you know, Tim Curry was in Little Orphan Annie. He played, Miss Hannigan? Hannigan doesn't sound right. We love you, Miss Hannigan. Yeah, well, I'm going with Miss Hannigan. He played Miss Hannigan's brother, the person who looked over the orphanage's brother, Rooster, and then went on to voice Nigel Thornberry And we're not going to talk about, Rocky Horror or Clue.
Oh,
or anything
Nigel
like that.
Thornberry, let's go, boys.
Dude, you know what's crazy to me about the Wild Thornberries, right? Like, I'm not going to say I like the show or anything like that. And I'm not saying it's bad. It just wasn't my jam. But it was like, this is a show from like, our childhood that had Tim Curry as one of the main voices. And Tim Curry, who is a very, very prolific actor, has been since well before I even existed. Once again, Little Orphan Annie is a bit a little older than I am, and Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Clue, and, pick any of the... not the word I just said, it's gonna be edited slightly. But, he was in... something. It doesn't matter. Like, a lot of these movies are very old. And Tim Curry just nails it. He's just awesome actor. Goes on to voice Nigel Thornberry, and plenty of other roles after that, sure. But Wild Thornberries also has Flea, the bass player from the Chili Peppers.
Which Chili Peppers?
The Red Hots.
Were they the cold ones?
Yeah, no, they were the Red Hots. They were like the Red Hot Nickel Ball.
Ah.
Red Hot Nickel Ball Cherry Peppers. That's way too many syllables. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. From the Chili Peppers, though, voicing Donnie, the little monkey boy thing, whatever he was called. I know that sounds terrible, and I'm not going to acknowledge it more than that. But nonetheless, like, this is a cartoon on Nickelodeon, which... Nickelodeon is one of the largest names in, like, children's programming.
It's where the Rugrats came from.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, like, they've got a little bit of sway, but it's like, you've got Tim Curry, you've got Flea, and neither of them are playing, like, the main character, or even main side character of this show. And that is just so absolutely, like, what? What? And I really need to watch The Wild Thornberries now as a distinctly more mature person. Like, I just found it annoying when I was a kid. I was a Gummy Bears kid. Just because I have an obsession with...
Dude, the Gummy Bears were the best thing of my life.
I thought you were about to get hit there on
No, I was not about to say worst. I was going to say some other W word, like... I don't even know what I was going to say.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't even remember. But yeah, no, I remember as a little child, Gummy Bears were just the shiz.
Dude, well, and like, they just... Theme song-wise, especially from like the late 80s, early 90s, there was one theme song that competed with them.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
yes,
let's go.
Absolutely. 100%. I thought you might have said literally anything else and was just like, prepared to cross-draw and slap you.
Right, like,
we were going to have to end this episode while TV... Pardon me, TV.
Gary. I almost called myself TV. Now that was funny.
Why are we referencing you as television? Well, Gary and I went outside to duel.
Right? I thought you were just going to be like, Gary, have you met the back of my hand? No? Let me introduce you!
Oh man, all I can think about is Cage the Elephants in One Ear. Have you heard that one? I mean, it's not No Rest for the Wicked, which is what really blew up, but In One Ear got big-ish.
I don't know it off the top of my head. I know a few Cage the Elephant songs, but words and names or things and stuff.
This one's all like, it goes in one ear and right out the other. Blah, blah, people talking shiz, they can never bother. Something, well, they can kiss the back of my hand. And I've just always loved that line. They can kiss the back of my hand. As I cross-draw on them, spin them like a top. But yeah, no, I mean, like, theme songs from the late 80s, early 90s, one of the things I really appreciated about those was, like, the theme song kind of summed up what the show was about without giving too much away. And, I mean, Gummy Bears had that, like, melodic, druidic, forest-style, like, almost pan flute thing going on. That was singing about, like, I mean, literally, what is it? Magic and mystery are part of their history. Literally singing about a high
Gummy Bears!
Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
I mean, you can't set me up like that and not expect
I know, I'm sorry, but we shouldn't continue for probably copyright reasons. Also, if Disney strikes us, it will probably work out in our favor at this point. I mean, just saying.
I didn't even know that was a Disney thing.
Oh, you didn't know? So, yeah, Gummy Bears was originally a Disney cartoon. As far as I'm aware, still is.
Huh.
Like, I haven't seen it turn up on anywhere, which is deeply upsetting. It should exist. One of my favorite aspects of it, mostly because I wasn't aware of it until I purchased it in the box set, which was harder than it should have been, but it was an officially Disney licensed blah 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 box set.
It's Red 13.
Red 13.
Red 13! Sounds like a football play.
Right? Blue 42, Red 13! Hike! Nobody gets that I'm referencing Ace Ventura right now. Anybody?
Laces out, Dan.
Is that a gun in your pocket? Oh man, we're gonna have to watch that one of these days. I haven't seen that movie in 25 years. I'm not old. Shut up.
I am
Gary.
every of the downs.
Anyway, so, no, Gummy Bears, though, which is a Disney property, was so good. The last season had a voice actor who's in a lot of things, but specifically using a voice that is almost identical to the voice the same actor used in Biker Mice from Mars, which only ran for one season. Which is sad, but makes so much sense because, like...
Dude, I don't know if we're gonna see his face again, but this Hojo guy has a face that looks like Voldemort from the Harry Potter movies.
Like the second one where he's still in the back of Quirrell's head? Or
That's the first one. I mean, any of them. They've all got the same, but it has, like, no features, no nose, just a couple of eyes.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, from this angle, he's terrifying. Also, how did Eris wind up inside of there?
She was captured, so the tower blew up, and the Turks took her away in the helicopter, and she went with them in order to save Barrett's little girl child's life.
I forgot that was, amusingly enough, the last episode that did publish was technical difficulties, and you never even complimented me on the card that we used for the main picture, because I'm learning how to photo edit.
Oh,
but
let's go Red 13. Maul a guy.
Dude, so Red 13 is not the worst ever, but he's kind of garbage in the long run, character-wise.
Oh, I never used him.
I kept him on my team always because he was the only animal until you get, like, the Heffalump or whatever the hell it's called. The Pog and the something or other.
Yeah, Kate Sith.
Yeah. And I kept him on there just because he's like a dog and a cat and a hyena all in one body, you know? It's just like, he's a good boy, he gets to come running with the party. And he's just...
Somebody take... Barrett, you're on nanny duty, because I need my main squeeze in my pate.
Alright, pass me that controller. We've hit that point. We've got 20 minutes left for you two.
Oh, he needs a new name.
No, Red 13's good. What are we going to name him?
Stan.
Alright, how about we name him Stan, spelled R-E-D space X-I-I-I.
Alright, I accept your compromise.
Now we'll just refer to him as Stan, and no one's gonna get it because no one's watching this episode. Oh, I gotta find a thing. Alright, so, tell us about this movie, the Mimes versus Clowns.
Alright. So, anywho, I'm gonna need everybody to focus on my hands if you can. You might not be able to see them, just picture them in your head, right? They're big, good, strong hands.
They do look like that.
Anywho,
oh, man, am I about to die? I should probably let's take that.
Yeah, you're
That's
getting riggedy wrecked.
Riggedy wrecked.
Oh. Anywho. Yeah, see, somebody had fire magic.
Cloud? No, Cloud has ice. Red 13 has fire.
Oh, alright.
Because Tifa's going to heal us.
Okay.
Yeah, see, so I told you we hadn't bought it yet.
Yeah. So this is a movie about, no, not even going into what's about. The genre, right? We gotta start it there. So it's this very, like, nitty-gritty...
Hard-boiled
detective noir film, right? And so it's this very nitty-gritty, hard-boiled noir film, but it's set in this universe where, I don't know, it's kind of a little bit hard to describe, but like there's mimes and there's clowns and there's people, and it's like there's no race delineation, like there's no Chinatown or black things or stuff.
It's not. It's not our current perspective of race differentiation. The race differentiation is clown, mime, not clown or mime.
Yeah. So it's kind of this like wonky thing, and it's kind of neat. But anywho, so this detective is trying to search for who murdered this mime, because this mime is dead, and so he goes hunting and looking for clues and stuff, and anywho, so his clues lead him towards what in a typical noir film would be Chinatown, because, it's a pretty, one would say cliche, stereotypical cliche setting, you go to Chinatown, but in this time, there's no Chinese, it's mimes, so they go to Mime Town, and it's great, and it's like this very typical, stereotypical cliche Chinatown setting, except they're all mimes, so instead of hearing, like, foreign languages being spoken very fast, aka kind of gibberishy, you just have these mimes that are, like, peddling things on the street, but they're just waving their hands. Point here,
what Gary's talking about is how plenty of those old-school, hard-boiled noir movies basically were just Chinese, if you can hear the air quotes, speaking actual gibberish, and not an actual person speaking a Chinese language.
Yeah, I'm not throwing shade. It's just like, I apologize.
No, it's not that you did a bad job. I just wanted to clarify for the people listening that, like, we're definitely not trying to make commentary on the Chinese language for anybody that assumed anything of the like. We're just, like that. We're talking about literal throwbacks to movies that were good, but from a different time.
But yeah, so it's just like these mimes, and they're just all gesturing with their hands, they're doing the typical mime stuff, like throwing out ropes and lassoing stuff as they're haggling with other people, and it's just weird and wacky and fun. Anyway, the detectives go through, because they're, of course, the nitty-gritty, hard-boiled detectives gotta have a partner, right? And so the two detectives are going through, and then the one's like, hey, there's these mime ladies of the night, and he's like, I'm gonna go see if they have any good clues I can dig up, and his partner's just like, oh god, Jerry, like, come on, man. And Jerry disappears.
I'm 2 minutes away from retirement.
Right? Jerry disappears with these, scantily clad mime ladies. And the original detective goes off, like, looking for clues, and he finds some clues, and they point him towards this place, and so he goes through the alley, and he's like, oh, hey, suspicious figure around this clue area. I think you're my guy. And the suspicious figure takes off, so he chases him through the alleys until he comes to this, like, dead end or something. And then all of a sudden these lights shine on him, and he's like, oh, it's a setup. And then bang, there's a gunshot, and he gets shot, and he's like, ugh. And then you hear these, like, footsteps of people running to get him, and he's like, oh, I gotta take off, and so he starts running through the alleys, but he's been shot real bad, and so he's bleeding, and he's staggering, and his vision, it's kind of like in first person at this point, shifting with third person to make it all disorienting, and you see him, like, all hazy, and he can't see very well, and he's just stumbling, and he's weak from blood loss, and he gets to the exit of this alley that's opening onto this street, and this car pulls up, and the tires go screech, and all of a sudden this figure jumps out of the car and comes up and grabs him, and they're like, come with me if you want to live type thing, blah, blah, blah.
Kung fu me if you want to live.
Anywho,
That's
but
not
it's in this, feminine voice, so it's more like, come with me if you want to live, or whatever.
Terrible feminine / falsetto.
Anywho, they drag him to the car and they throw him in the back seat and they take off driving and they're like, we're getting out of here or something, blah, 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 blah. And anywho, from the, you can't...
Choose it! The fuzz is on to us!
Right? You can't see who this feminine figure is because of, weak from blood loss. It's very disorienting. All you see is, like, the silhouette and the dude's in the back seat and he's like, I thought mimes couldn't talk. And she's all like, but I'm not a mime. I'm a clown. Honky, honky.
As she squeezes her nose.
As she squeezes her nose. Oh my god, that still makes me so happy every time I think about it.
Assuming you're watching this recording after we've actually made the film, because that is a plan in our lives.
At some point in my life.
I was going somewhere with that. I totally forgot because I'm dumb. Anyway... that whole film was written for the sake of that line. I'm not a mime, I'm a clown, honky honky.
Honky honky? Yeah. Oh my god. I peaked in my life when I thought of that.
I'm just taking it that you said you peed. When
that's
you thought
fair.
Of that.
That's fair.
That's better canon.
Anywho, the second greatest part of the film, is after the nitty-gritty, hard-boiled detective, things happen with the case, and blah 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 blah. What, 45 minutes later in the movie,
3 hours.
It comes down to the final scene, and of course, it's a nitty-gritty, hard-boiled noir film. Of course, the lady is the bad guy, right? Of course.
Well, it's always love interest. I mean, standard hard-boiled.
Yeah. So
the femme fatale actually is the trope.
Right. I also forgot to describe another funny part about the femme fatale, the clown lady, is that, of course, the femme fatale is always dressed very sexily. And so picture...
Very seductive.
Picture a very...
I'm not going to end it, but I'm just...
Picture a very seductive femme fatale in clown attire. So you've got the whole, clown get-up with the polka dots, but it's all, tight, but she's wearing the big clown shoes that have high heels.
Oddly enough, you need to accept this portion as body positivity, indicating that anybody can be attractive, even if they are a clown.
Huh.
Even if they are the whole... the whole effing circus.
Go wild with it. I'm sure your imagination is on par, if not better than mine.
Pick a person that you are attracted to, and then imagine them with black and white, black and white film style.
Yeah.
Clown makeup. I was about to be black and white noir, and I was like, well, you just said black and white, black in French.
Claude's about to die, you need to heal that. Anywho.
Yeah, well, so we're coming up, we're actually at a save point, so if you want to wrap this up,
we'll wrap it up.
While I finish this, we can continue a little bit of chat, and then we'll wrap up this episode, because I don't know where I'm going, because I'm dumb. And
you have 33 hit points left. I don't even understand.
No, what are you talking about? I've got full hit points.
Oh, right. My bad. Yeah. So, anywho, we get to the end of the movie. Femme Fatale's the bad guy. And, in nitty-gritty, hard-boiled noir films, or, a lot of action films in general, there's the tussle at the end, where somebody pulls out a gun and then they tussle for it, and then they end up splitting apart, and the gun goes skittering across the floor, right? And you see it. It's that typical pan shot as you see the gun fly from the fingers, hit the floor, and it goes clack, and then it goes skitter, 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 and the camera pans with it to show it lay 10
just
feet
out
away.
Of arm's reach of both characters.
Except, mimes, right? So it's not a real gun, it's a mime gun.
Well, neither of them are mimes,
neither of them are mimes.
To me, that's kind of the best part. Is it's a clown and a not mime or not clown. Because I want to say human, but that's not entirely accurate.
Yeah.
Either, blah blah. But like it's a regular person and a clown fighting over a mime gun, so it exists, but it doesn't.
Yeah. So it literally does that scene. Except there's no gun that you see. You just hear the sound effects as the camera pans, and then it shows it. The gun out of arm's reach of both parties. Except there's nothing there, but there's a gun there. Makes me so happy. And then they both. It shows them both lunge for the gun, and then the femme fatale grabs it, and it shows her close up kneeling, pointing the gun away, and you hear and then it cuts away and you hear bang! And then, of course, she's dead, because that's how it works in movies.
Well, they separate, and one person just got... They both got a finger out with their thumb up, held to their own chest, but as she pulls her hand away, you just see the darkness of blood, because the black and white film just comes spreading across her shirt, and she looks him dead in the eyes, and she says... You told me that line. I was helping add some gravitas.
I honestly don't remember that, but I would love to hear you continue the story.
If I recall correctly, she looks him dead in the eyes and says, "But I actually loved you." And it was supposed to be like that weird, we didn't give her enough character arc, but we're trying to make her a real character point.
Note to self, every time we've ever talked about this story, we're always deep in the cup.
Wildly inebriated.
So things sometimes change from time to time, but yeah, it's basically that. And it's gonna be really good. It's coming out this fall.
And by this fall, we mean a point in the future that may or may not be in the autumn.
Yeah,
So I'm just going to stand here right behind this swirling save point while I say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell us that we're idiots. Gary, did you have anything to add?
No, I fully concur. I would love to hear your deconstructive criticism.
Dude, that's a podcast. One of these days, I need to go on a rant about podcasts. There's a podcast called Deconstructive Criticism that I'm now going to do everything I can to remember to link in this. God, I hate saying doodly-doo because a lot of people stole that from the Vlog Brothers, if they are the ones that started. I'll throw in the description. But I would love to hear their criticism, like constructive or otherwise.
All right, like everybody says, only give constructive criticism.
Well,
I've never heard of the opposite term. Is it destructive? Is it non-constructive? Is it negative? Is it...
Well, so arguably the opposite of constructive is destructive.
Right.
But deconstructive, to me, is a more spiritual opposite, because, like, to construct something is to build, whereas to destruct is to destroy. Let me fit, like, 5 more syllables in there. Tomato boy. Anyway, to destruct is to just destroy, but to deconstruct is to disassemble, as opposed to constructing, which is assembling. So, I mean, like... They're both good opposites, but
in the vein that they're talking about, like, in the context that they're talking about, it's more of, like, in a negative fashion. So it's like, destroy, you're not... If I give you harsh, bad, like, just telling you you're a terrible person, it's not really destructive, because I'm not really destroying, but it's, like, negative criticism.
Yeah, that's just criticism. Like, because criticism itself is socially implied to be negative. Anyway, though, follow me on Twitter.
Definitely give me every of your criticisms, constructive or otherwise.
I should be running around while we do this, while we finish her up. Yeah.
Because, I'm not a botanist. I want to hear it.
Yeah, so follow me on Twitter at KingBadgerSays. We'll have Gary set up with some level of social media in some fashion or another at some point in the future.
It's going to be ran by proxy. I don't believe in it.
Yeah, it will probably be run by me, and I'll just make sure that he's your best friend ever. I'm going to share all of the secrets he shared with me with you if you follow him on social media.
I mean,
that's
do
what you
it.
get for not running it yourself.
That's a consequence I'm willing to accept.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and don't let the dragon drag on.
Finger guns.